Say hello to Twitter. Say hello to YT.
What up? What up, Twitter? Hey, YT. And
And
FB in the house.
hello to Facebook.
All right. Hey. All right. Welcome, everybody. Tea time at the Apothecary, a little bit after noon. We've got a special episode today for two reasons. First, and most importantly, we have Dana joining us, taking a break from the store. Dana, how are you?
I'm great. Feeling good. How about y'all?
Yes.
Mhm.
Um, I don't know. I wouldn't say it's my best day until I had a sip of this and drinking out of this giant glass some hibiscus iced tea that
Yeah.
that Greta mixed up, I believe,
Yeah.
which is totally delicious.
Yeah. I mean, any day is good for me. That's a summer day. We know this. Anyone who knows me knows that. And his hibiscus tea iced is like the sign of summer for me.
Yeah.
So
So Jay, since Greta's not on here to explain it, what do we? This is just straight up hibiscus tea with a little bit of what to give it some sweetness.
Monk fruit. A little bit of monk fruit in place of sugar. Hibiscus iced tea by itself is great, but when you give it just a little touch of sweetness, it kind of brings out the inherent sweetness in the actual tea itself and just feels a little more summery. And
Yeah, yeah,
we had a more heavily sweetened version this weekend, but
yeah.
I told Greta that we should
Started,
try it with half the amount of sweetener. And I think this is like a good balance where I'm not just like chugging it
yeah,
so
yeah.
fast.
I was drinking that stuff on Monday like it was Kool-Aid.
I know, yeah, it
I was
felt
gonna
like
say,
cool. It was like lemonade level of sweetener. Yeah,
Yeah,
good.
which wasn't a problem for me, but I do like this. And I will say, um, I don't normally like any. I don't like tea sweetened very much. There's only two times when it's my grandma's chai, which we are having tomorrow with our guest Dimitri,
ooh,
and
jealous.
and this hibiscus iced tea. Regular iced tea do not get sweetener near my iced tea. I get angry when that happens.
Yeah. Same.
I don't know,
But
man. What about like?
I love the monk fruit.
Oh
It's
yeah,
a
it's good.
great alternative. I was actually talking to Greta earlier. The brand of CBD that we carry, the oil, they use a monk fruit to sweeten the sweetened kind, and it's perfect. It's not too
Yeah,
much.
yeah, it's
Um,
really nice.
what about Moroccan green tea when they do the sugar in there? That's pretty awesome too.
Yeah, I think we said we have to make that with some non-sugar to sort of get it right.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean. There are certain types, but I'm saying if you're making black iced tea, like sweetened black iced tea to me is sort of leave that where it came from. It's bad, you know?
Totally.
Uh,
And usually to me I associate that with McDonald's. And
Totally.
I know it's a southern thing and I'm not dissing on traditions, but I don't like it.
yeah.
No, yeah. I grew up just with plain black tea, unsweetened, maybe a little bit of lemon. Again, a sign of summer for me. So
Yeah, totally.
Um. So yeah. So I mean, I like a little sweet in things sometimes, but I'm not like, obviously I don't do a lot of sugar. So I'm trying to like find alternatives. This monk fruit is way better than stevia to me.
yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
stevia has that aftertaste that's aspartame, and
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I just can't stand it. Like if you've ever, I guess I was just never a person who even sipped tried a diet soda, and every time I did, I was like, I don't like that kind of sweet, and so I never got used to that kind of sweet. I think and so to me, as a substitute for diet sweeteners, I think it's a great one because people get that same craving and probably sense memory, it fulfills that same feeling for them. But if you're used to regular sugar, I think monk fruit is definitely the way to go.
Yeah. Good greed. All right, I need to have more. Look at
God, the
the
color is so
look how
good.
deep red this is.
I
It's
know.
amazing.
I had to have clear glasses for this. I had to pull up a
Mm.
clear
Yeah,
glass.
you have to, right? Yeah.
See it. Yeah.
It's just one of those things where it's like the wonder of nature, right?
I
Like, how
know.
did nature make something that you just put it in water and it turns this red? It's
Yeah.
awesome.
There's a few things like that. We have that. I forget what we add. Pops is on, but our St. John's wort oil also has an additive that a natural
Is
plant
it
in it.
alkanet?
What?
Is it alkanet? Is that what it's called?
Yeah,
Something like
it
that?
is actually. Yeah, it's
Mhm.
something like that, which we only see in like I've only really seen it in that and one of our sticks has it in.
Yeah, it's the chapstick. It comes wrapped in a paper, right?
I
This
think
is the one
yes,
you're
yes,
talking
that's the one, the like wax paper one. Yeah,
Yes. Yeah.
it's supposed to actually stain and like because my mom was saying she's on, but as you get older, the color definition of your lips starts to fade, and so if you put this something with this alkanet in it, it starts to restain to give you more contrast in your lips.
Yeah. I mean, these type of things like from nature have been used in cosmetics for millennia, for sure. It's
It's so
not,
cool.
Yeah.
you know,
It's
uncommon.
alkanet is a common name of several related plants in the borage family.
Mm.
Borash.
Alcana tinctoria, the source of a red dye. This is the plant most commonly called simply alkanet.
Awesome.
Cool. I just pulled that out of some deep recess of my mind that I assumed had been gone for a long time. That was pretty great.
That's awesome.
I haven't said that in a while. Good to know
Uh,
I still have it, even if it doesn't feel accessible.
borage leaves. I think we even sell as a loose tea.
Yeah, we have borage, and then commonly in skincare preparations, we use borage for like sensitive, maybe dry skin, like normal sensitive dry skin. So definitely a common like internal external ingredient.
Cool.
Mhm.
Yeah. Hey, Pops, Reed, how you doing? Therese, nice to see you. John K, what's up? Um, yeah, we're drinking hibiscus iced tea, talking about summer, and we brought Dana on specifically to kind of give us the lowdown from the store perspective and to talk, although it may seem early, it's not, to talk about Father's Day because that's coming up. And I know Dana and her team have been picking out some fun things because we kind of expect this is the time when people will be calling up, emailing in, stopping by, asking for good gift ideas. And let's be honest, gifts feel more important right now than they maybe do even in pre-COVID life, right? Because you just want to do something, you want to connect with people in a way. I know Jay's kids have all had birthdays, and I have to say, I always like giving birthday presents to kids, but they feel especially good right now to
Yeah,
give someone a little bit of joy and fun and surprise.
For sure, for sure.
totally. I mean, I think that like I would hope that most of us don't take much for granted anymore. And so I love giving gifts. And I work here, so most people that get gifts from me probably get them from here. And it's
They're
such
very
a
lucky friends. Very
Yeah,
lucky friends you have.
I
yeah,
know, yeah, they are. And it's such a great, like unique little treat. So yeah.
yeah.
And you know what? Like, just like last month when we celebrated the moms, and moms have been amazing. My mom, our mom, the mom of my kids has been so incredible for just forever, and I'm always like a little hesitant to be like when I have like all three kids or something early on when I had all three kids with me and I was like taking them, dropping one at school, going to the park, doing this like women in the park would be like, good for you to me. And it always made me feel uncomfortable because I was like women have been doing this for centuries. And like, I get like
Millennia.
and I get like an attaboy, you know what I mean? Like nobody gives them an attagirl, you know, like, and so I always felt like, but I, but no, I'm serious, you know, but like a lot of my buddies, my dad friends are truly, and these are hands-on dads who get their hands dirty and are in the mix with their kids heavily anyway, are really busting their butts this right now, and it's a good time to let dads know we appreciate their extra work right now. Because a lot of them from my friends were in the arts, everything's gone, and so they're the main
Yeah.
child care giver and the teacher right now, and so it's kind of a it's a fun switcheroo for gender roles in general, but I
I
think
think it depends on the group. I kind of think like ultimately just celebrate everybody, right? We had a chance to celebrate moms. Now we're gonna celebrate dads.
yeah, I'm just telling you what I've been
Yeah.
thinking about lately. It's just kind of interesting to think about gender role reversals and like,
Mhm.
and that like, you know, there's some positives that'll come out of that. Hopefully people will appreciate each other's, you know, tasks more deeply if they've had to cross over more than
From what their
usual.
standard
Yeah.
tests are. Yeah. And I think to go on that tangent before we get into talking about fun stuff, gifts and things, is that I think this is something I think a lot about. And I find it sort of outrageous that we don't, when people talk about what is the pandemic leading to? Is it leading to a universal basic income? Is it, right now it's like, oh, we're going to give everyone some money. But the bottom line is, why is it that someone who had a job, doesn't matter what it is, and gets laid off or furloughed, gets unemployment, but the person who is taking care of kids never gets paid, and then also doesn't get, there's no unemployment, there's no anything. That's BS. That's total BS in my opinion. And if we and I'm a technology person. I think if we follow this to its logical conclusion, artificial intelligence doesn't just put factory workers out of jobs or truck drivers. It puts everyone at risk for a computer can do many things better than humans can. And so we're going to have to refashion society around valuing care and care professions more. And we should start with childcare, elder care, people in need of dependents who need full-time care, whomever they are. That should be something that we do.
Yeah, I love that. That's great, man.
I mean,
Oh,
not to politicize this too much, but I mean, in this country, in this society, we don't have the, childcare mandated. We don't have a lot of those programs that assist, everyone, no matter what your role is. So I think it's definitely something that's on the minds of a lot of people right now.
yeah, but I think seems to me it's moving away from the realm of one political side slowly toward being a general societal issue that like, hey, we're going to have to wrestle with this, whether you like it or not, even if you're the kind of person who thinks we shouldn't make that a government issue. It's a societal issue.
Yeah.
That's my opinion, at least. Anyway, on that note, let's talk about some dads and gifts for the dads in your lives. So Dana, I want to start out by first of all saying, let's preface this and we'll mention it again, is that as we did with Mother's Day, we want to emphasize that you and your team are available for sort of consultation. So if people want, they can call the Apothecary. We won't always have enough people available that we can necessarily answer right away. But if you want to call, we'll either be available or we can give you a call back and say, hey, let's spend, 5-10 minutes, whatever you need to like talk about what you want or what this dad in your life or the various dads in your life want, right? And we can kind of come up with some.
Yeah, we're having a lot of fun, and we're like open. However you want to do it. If you want us to just curate it based on a price point, and we can call you back, and you're cool with that, we can wrap it for you. That's great. if you want to really dig deep and go step by step, we've been doing that too, but we've been doing a lot of gift consults and like kind of curated groupings of products consults since Mother's Day.
Yeah.
So I'm excited because MERS is like the men's authority in Chicago as far as grooming and wellness, you know, so I'm looking forward to Father's Day.
Yeah, me too. You know, the only bummer about being in this business is that I never really get to get presents from this business because I have them all or have tried them all. So Rachel's always like, what should I get the guy who has like all access to all the grooming and men's products possible? So, but small price to pay for having year-round access. I would say I'll take it, you know?
Totally. I still get myself gifts from this place. And in doing all these consultations, shipping, like working with the warehouse, I'm still discovering products and then I'm buying product every day. So
I know you have some products there. I have a few here. Why don't we dive in and talk about, I know we're coming out with a blog post, I think next week, that will sort of break it down by type of like, you know, sort of give people like the
like
outdoorsy dad.
Yeah. So Justine and Greta have been working together to create this list, and I have it in front of me. So different archetypes of dads. You have your outdoor dad, your bookworm, your beer snob, your grooming aficionado, and your beach bum.
Cool.
And then they've curated some products underneath each of these categories. So
we don't have to cover everything, but pick a few out, pick a product out, and let's talk about it.
Okay, outdoors, I'm obsessed with Kala, and they've picked the cedarwood soap, this one, under the
Can you turn the package in front too, so I can see, so we can see the front, because it's cool.
Super
Who doesn't
cool.
love a gold foil axe?
Axe with like the wood grain packaging.
That's cool. It's cute.
I'm not particularly outdoorsy, but I'm design oriented, and I think axes are sort of badass.
And also, like, everyone loves cedar, you know, everyone
I want to smell like a cedar chest all the time. Cedar wood promotes circulation. It makes you kind of feel awake. It's great. So, and everybody showers. So
yeah. And you know what? I only have to say this because they're my friends. I know a lot of people say Kala. We say Kayla because it's actually an acronym for Kate and Lance. And so we know them, and that's how they pronounce it, is Kayla. It's Kate and Lance. So
it's a good piece of information, piece of trivia.
Yeah. Actually, before me and Greta got married, we were in the Northeast on a vacation together, and we hung out and had drinks in a harbor with Kate and Lance. It was awesome.
Yeah. Anyway,
they like to party, man. They like to party.
Yeah. They're good peoples. That's a really good soap. I thought we'd jump around rather than going through the whole list because people can read the blog post. And I'm excited about this since it's the closest I'm getting lately to drinking real beer. I'm not drinking this, by the way. It's not a COVID cure. This is beer shampoo. That's beer in German. That's shampoo in English.
In many languages.
In many languages. But it says, it gibt dem Haar Festigkeit und herrlichen Glanz nach alten Rezepten. So it gives like hair.
A good shine.
Yeah, a festive and good shine from the original recipe, right? Like from the old recipe. But you know, when we first got this many years ago, we got it and we love the fact that it's like kind of like what's the beer? The Grolsch bottle, you know, where you pop it open and whatever. It's in a real beer bottle. It's in glass. It looks like a beer. And then people started coming in. Originally, it was guys like, oh, that's funny. And then men and women started coming back and they're like, that shampoo is awesome.
Well, so we should, mention that beer has like lots of proteins in it that are awesome for your hair. And when before we got that shampoo, I think Dad had an old beer shampoo that way back in the day, and we couldn't get, and we didn't have one for a decade or more. And I remember like Claudio and a couple other people, the Romanians and a few of mostly Romanians, and a few Germans were saying that their grandmas would always, once a week, would take a beer, soak their head, and wrap a towel in it,
Oh
and
yeah.
leave it there for a few hours, and then wash it out. That was like a move.
Yep. That is
Yeah.
still beauty secret. Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It's great. Super shiny. Almost like when you do like an apple cider vinegar rinse on your hair, like not the same, but a similar idea. It's really tonifying. It makes your hair shiny.
Nice.
Cool. What else do you have in your basket of goodies, Dana?
All right. Let's see. Oh, this is cute. So this is by Zeus. This is a newer product for your bearded dads. And it's a little kit, 3 mini beard oils.
Oh, cute.
Yeah, I like that. I'm sort of a junkie for little bottles of stuff. Like it
Everyone
taps
loves
into some inner kid collector of me.
There's
And
there's like science lab element, there's like secret treasure element, and there's like adorable on a shelf design element, right?
Yeah.
Design. We love Zeus. They're known for their verbena lime scent, which is in here, but there's also a sandalwood. Hold on. Sandalwood, and I think a vanilla. And then you get this little stash box, which you can use for use, you know, so not in plastic, in this nice little tin, and good for throwing in your bag.
Yeah, you put your beard oil in there.
Yeah, right. Afterwards, that's not what you put in there. And then you also, aren't they the ones with the awesome beard shampoo too, in the lime scent?
Yeah. Yep. So they have the beard shampoo. They have a great beard conditioner.
See, like that, those three things together would be an awesome gift for someone.
Awesome gift.
Yeah.
Love the
No,
black.
that's a good segue to say, what do you need in addition to those things? I've got it right here, and I know we've covered this many times, but this gift has been, it continues to be, I think, one of the better selling gift items in our store. And that is the leather. I don't know if you can see in this light. Q Brothers.
Bring it closer. And then,
So leather Q Brothers stamped leather pouch. You got your beard brush in there
with the Q
handmade German wooden handle natural bristle beard brush. You got your nice German scissors to do all the trimming of the flyaways, which I'm about to need and will probably happen tomorrow. And then you've got the Q Brothers Kent collaboration comb, dual tooth width. So you got the mustache. You can have a wider one for beard, or even doubles as a travel head comb.
That thing is awesome.
This kit for the price is one of the best.
What is the price currently?
I think just under $40.
Yeah, it's $35.
You could pay that just for the
scissors.
So, just for the scissors. You know what I mean?
Deal.
Yeah, it is. It's a phenomenal deal, and
For
given that
$39.95.
everyone has a beard right now,
except our dad.
Yeah, Abdul. By the way, Abdul's come back next week. Dana, he shaved off his beard
and his goatee. Nothing.
And his goatee. He's straight up Gandhi right now. It's awesome.
He's smooth everywhere. Yeah. We are looking forward to it. I've heard rumblings of him coming back, but I wasn't sure when. Hi, Abdul. Can't wait to see.
Yeah. So show us something else, Dana. What's some other good stuff? I want something that smells.
This is one of my favorite things. So we have a lot of gentlemen that come in and love home fragrance. So something else on the list, segue from leather pouch bag to leather candle from Malin & Getz. And if you've never burned a Malin & Getz candle, super smelly, soft wax, burns really, really clean. And this is their leather scent, which is intoxicating. I love it. It's great.
Awesome. Hey, I would add that the Cashmere Kush is a great scent.
You've been rocking that in your house.
Yeah, I had it in the basement the other day, and it feels. I mean, maybe that's more of the beach bum dad, but I feel like that has a multi-play. The mountain dad, the beach bum dad, every dad kind of. That scent is so good. Even if
that's the hipster dad too.
Yeah, even if you're not like a user of weed or anything, I think that like that scent is so lovely. And the blend there is great.
Yeah, I bought the cashmere when we got it, burned through it. Now I'm on cowboy, both excellent. Cashmere's So like just awesome, gender neutral, soft, powdery, woody, resinous. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. It
Yeah.
really lives in the room in like such a like it's everywhere in the room and it never gets like offensive, like loud. It never gets loud,
Yeah.
you know?
And just to let people know, we're talking right now, we switched from the Malin and Getz candle, which is awesome leather, to talking about Boy Smells candles, which we can link up in here, specifically Cashmere Kush and the Cowboy Kush, right?
Yep.
And yeah, and thanks. Those combs are amazing. The comb and the brush, they are an awesome combo. Takes care of pretty much every beard need. So. Continuing on. So Dana, what's something else that smells good? And then I'll take one.
All right. How about this? I love this. So this is by Shannon Soaps, which is an artisan brand of shaving soap that we carry from Ohio. And this is their Forest City Fern. This is awesome. This is like their take on a fougere, which is a green fern accord. And it's like a little bit woody, piney. Oh, it's so good. And these, Ramon will tell you, who kind of heads up Q Brothers section of shops at MERS,
Yeah.
that these lather so nicely and so well. And it just smells so sharp.
Those are lovely. Is that a tallow based one? Is that?
These, it looks like it is. I don't believe that it is.
Okay.
But that can, yeah. If anybody has a question, we can answer it.
I'm going to pick up from there with another shave soap. Obviously, if you're using a shave soap, you need a shaved brush, and we certainly have the best selection, one of them in the country and in the world. But here's the one. So now moving from Ohio to Chicago, sticking on the local tip, Montrose Beach, because let's be honest, we're all missing the lakeshore and parks right now. You know, and who doesn't love heading to Chicago Beach if you're a Chicagoan? Montrose Beach, this is a duck fat based soap. Yes. So not for the vegan or, you know,
the other one,
we do have good vegan soaps as well.
The other one is a tallow based as well. I just wanted people to know, because as much as those foam incredibly, there's sort of like, talk to Ramon or ask one of us about how to get those to foam well, because it's a little bit more work, maybe about a minute and a half more work, but it's really worth it.
And we can always advise you on the best brushes to use with tallow-based soaps too, if you call us.
The thing I love about this is somehow it's like beach tropical meets almost like berry currant kind of smell. Totally. Do you know what I mean? Which I don't know that that's particularly Montrose, but Montrose Avenue Beach, but it is just, it's bright, it's fresh, it's intense, it's really good. So
maybe it's like the mulberry trees that are like there by the side of the highway, like meeting the, you know what I mean? Like I'm sure that somebody went.
Maybe.
Why not?
Yeah, well, it's like, that kind of current elements, like why everybody, going back to candles, why everybody likes, Diptyque makes this really famous candle called Bay, which is like a currant scent, which is reminiscent of that. It's not sweet. There's a little sweetness to it, but it's more fresh. So
yeah. John asked, what is the scent? It says on the front, seaweed, driftwood, and vetiver. I don't really.
Do you get any smoke from the vetiver or no?
Not without lather, not out of the container.
I mean, there's two different types of vetiver too. There's like a green vetiver too.
I can see now the seaweed. There is sort of a greenish plant kind of smell to this, but it really is a kind of a bright, fresh, fruity, beachy quality to it.
It's awesome. And we have that in a matching aftershave as well. Which is really
cool.
Yeah.
That's like where I take my kids to go play soccer when, you know, when we're not in a global pandemic, for instance, you know.
Oh, I know. I hope I can get on the beach this summer. I miss it.
Yeah, I think it's coming soon. I'm not an expert on this, but from what I'm following, I mean, it's people, they're starting to acknowledge that generally enclosed spaces are much more dangerous than outdoor, even within 6 feet. Like if someone has it inside, you know, you can be farther away and it can be more dangerous than being closer. So not that you should run up and get in people's faces. But I think that being outside, I was just on a call having to do something with the neighborhood group and the neighborhood improvement business group. And the city plans to open up the street for outdoor dining, outdoor business usage, even residential streets, which will be local traffic only, and essentially walking and biking streets. That is going to happen very soon.
Really?
Yeah, I don't want to blow it up because I'm not in the loop enough to know it's guaranteed. But I think like in many neighborhoods, there will be direct streets that will be designed for primarily walking and bike traffic all the way to the lake. So you will be able to walk in the middle of the street. Cars will be able to park, but there will be no through traffic. So they'll have to go slowly till they get out of their block and then head out.
Cool.
That's really cool.
Yeah, kind of, like if you're going to if you got lemons, make lemonade. It seems like we're going to have some experiments in urban living coming up, which will be interesting.
Maybe some of those are well overdue anyway. So,
Yeah, agreed. So I have another good gift from the list. This is Imaginary Authors, Every Storm a Serenade, Eau de Parfum. This is an like a niche fragrance brand out of Oregon. And it's just really, really whimsical. This particular scent, Every Storm a Serenade, think like sea salty, vetiver, ambergris.
We should mention though, these are like hypothetical novels, right?
Yeah, this is why I say it's so whimsical. They're all based on hypothetical novels, telling a story like through fragrance.
They're so beautiful. The packages are amazing. The design is so cool.
Yeah.
And actually, there's not a single one of those where I'm like, not for me. Like I could get down with that whole collection,
Yeah, it is a fantastic collection. Really, one of my favorite brands we have in our perfume fragrance department. It wears well for men, for women, for anybody. They're very generally unisex, whatever you want to call it, sort of just accessible for anyone. I love them.
For sure. And they make great gifts. The size is great. They're 50 ml. And they also come packaged in what looks like a book. So the presentation is like, you can't beat it. Amazing.
And they're just cool. Really cool brand. So I'm going to pick one up just to go on more on the classic masculine side of fragrance and aftershave is St. John's Bay Rum Cologne. St. John's Bay Rum, which is can be used as an aftershave or a cologne. In the tradition of Bay Rum, it's sort of both at once.
Those are a lotion, actually, right?
Yeah, lotion in the old school sense.
Right.
Old school sense.
Lotion meant a splash based on alcohol.
Right? Yeah.
This is what I will say is that I grew up, Bay Rum is such an old classic concept. And I grew up around the store, so I've always known Bay Rum. And I don't love heavy clove. I love this Bay Rum. I really do. I've come to truly love Bay Rum, and it's mainly St. John's that has flipped me from being someone who described myself as not a Bay Rum person to being someone who says I am Bay Rum person. And they make a candle out of this, and that candle is off the hook.
Nice.
Amazing.
It smells so good. It's so good.
I love the like wicker bottle too. Over the bottle.
This is actually a trademark design called the fish pot weave, which is something that originally came out of St. John, the island of St. John and the Virgin Islands, and Bermuda, I believe. This weave. I'm mixing up where it originally came from, but this is from these palm fronds that are dried and then woven by hand.
Cool.
So it's really cool.
Super 40s. I love it. Really awesome. Vintage, but wearable. I love it.
Yeah, it's like very appropriate for, I guess what I'm trying to say in the fact that I love it is I feel like it's not an old school throwback that means like you have to be like Mr. Old School guy. This is an old school throwback that translates really well for people who have modern sensibilities.
Totally.
But still a pleaser for your Hemingways, it sounds like, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. If you're sort of a classic gentleman, he kind of crosses over from cool dude, cool hipster to classic gentleman, you know? It's nice.
Yeah. Love it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Any other fun stuff to throw our way, Dana?
I have my last item is the Shiva Skincare Golden Ale beer soap. So
Nice.
So this is a line that's made in California. This is great for sensitive skin. This is great for people, for guys, girls, anybody who doesn't like a really heavy scented soap. Again, beer has some nice, really like astringent tonifying properties. I'm sure you could use this head to toe, why not? But it's really a body soap, and it's very natural. You know, natural oil based. So super gentle, not a strong scent for a guy that's like a no nonsense type of guy. So.
Here I can't, with my bad eyes, I can't read whether it's, I knew you said beer, but it looked, with the thing, it looked like bear soap. And I'm like,
and
bear soap, not made with real bear.
No.
Yeah,
no, this is, and I think, let me see.
I mean, I'm bringing up mainly to just comment on, like, does it get more sort of traditionally manly than beer and bear on one package?
And a cardboard package.
If you needed to man it up an extra degree, you need bear soap. And
this is like,
it's like a power tool on it.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. It is goat milk based. It does have goat milk, so it's not, you don't use animal products, but that probably makes it very,
Yeah. No, Shiva's goat milk soaps are awesome, I have to say. Cool. But obviously all these are just like not random, but a small, thoughtful collection of items that we pulled from thousands of possibilities. So I think the thing that I wanted to kind of bring back is that you and your team are here, and there's some time, but why wait too long? And if you want to ship it, given the state of the world, better to do something earlier than later.
Absolutely. And like I said, we can, however you want to be helped, whether we can put together a gift, call you back, just give you the price, or if you want to be more involved, that's awesome. We have, the sky's the limit. Yeah. And gift wrap's still available.
Yeah, we can do our gold gift bags too. Those are pretty dope. We have Jules asking a question. Hi, Jules. She's saying, where is Dana from, representing a store? Yes, she's representing Mer's Apothecary. Dana is the manager here at Lincoln Avenue. Lincoln Avenue is open right now for curbside pickup. We are also doing shipping all over the country and all over, Chicago through our website, smallflower.com. So you can call us, you can order. But we like to get Dana, she's a people person. And I think Dana she's a superstar when it comes to people coming in the store and helping them find something that's like personal, feels personalized and just for them. And she has, thankfully for the business and for all of us, has been transitioning to basically running a team of pick, pack, fulfill, and kind of helping keep that operation going, which is great because it's keeping our local Chicago business in business. But our goal is every couple of weeks, at least, we'd like to get Dana back on here so she can talk about products in general and sort of acknowledge and let everyone know that, like, we're not offering personalized advice. So if you want to speak to Dana, she's available. If you want to speak to someone on her team who specializes in a certain area, they're available. So that's really the goal here, is to say, it doesn't need to be Father's Day. Just seems fun to talk about it,
Yeah.
It is. It makes, I love my job, but I do miss that aspect of it. And we've been doing it all. We've been doing fragrance consults over the phone. Believe it or not, Ramon, our shaving expert, is back, working with us. So if you have some really pressing, specific, maybe even tough shaving questions, razor questions, we can pull him. Like, we're here.
If you've got a dad in your life that is looking scraggly on the beard front, and you kind of want it to look like, a little, you can be bearded, but look a little
More
more
kempt.
presentable, a little more attractive, of someone you're, excited to cuddle with, we can take care of that for you.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Um,
Yeah, go ahead.
no, I was going to say, I noticed, I know Greta's making sure we remind people, part of the reason we're doing this now is that what we found is, we offer free shipping for orders over a certain amount, and that is economy shipping. So in order to make sure that economy shipping gets to you in time for Father's Day, we're recommending getting your order in by June 10th or so. Obviously, you have some options after that because we can expedite it, but we prefer for you to pay less money, to have us cover the shipping, et cetera, that you get that in earlier, and we'd love to take care of that cost of shipping for you. So,
Awesome.
yeah. Dana, I hope that there's still some of this hibiscus iced tea left for you. You should take it and sort of enjoy it for the rest of the day.
I am going to take it. There's a few inches left in the bottle, Greta, but it's amazing. And like I said, summer to me, like this is it. So I am going to enjoy the rest of it. You
mind. You should. You've earned it. Thank you.
I will. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. To everyone out there, if you want to talk to our team, Dana and the whole crew is available. We're open Monday on the phones, Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. That's also our curbside pickup hours. With curbside, we're asking that you call ahead of time, and then we either email you or text you, letting you know when the order is ready to be picked up. That will just save frustration on your end of like, I'm waiting. You won't be waiting really more than a minute or two if you wait until we give you the okay that it's ready to be picked up. And we're excited to serve you, even if it's differently than we are used to. Before a few months ago, when you could just walk in, and for many of you, we could slap a high five, give you a handshake, give you a hug, whomever you are, and just get up in your face, do makeup, spray things. We can't quite do that yet, but we can do a lot of fun things. So please take advantage and help our team, our whole team, sort of get through this this crisis, and let's have some fun while we're doing it.
Hey, what do we got tomorrow? You want to let people know?
Yeah, tomorrow we are diving in with, I just kind of want to touch base with a different part of the industry, that's the industries that are being affected. So we're retailers. Obviously, it has a lot of effect, it has a big effect on our business because our downtown store is closed. Here in Lincoln Square, we're closed to store traffic. And I've been doing something, a project with Dimitri of Dimo's, owner and founder of Dimo's Pizza here in Chicago, which is a beloved institution. And restaurants are having a whole different set of challenges because, it's food and a lot of their businesses walk in and it's harder. You can't send that across the country like we can. So we're going to talk to Dimitri. He's just a really fun, cool guy with a lot of good ideas. And he's been very, he's brought a lot of ingenuity to how does a business transition and help his community, other businesses, workers in the city while doing it. So we've been doing some of that, but he was an inspiration to me, and we're going to talk to him and also talk pizza and sort of like let our mouths water. So
cool. We're also going to be drinking our Dadimas chai from Pakistan. Yeah. So it's like full cream, black tea over a stove, strained with the whole,
Dadima is grandma in India. Pakistan means your dad's mom. And that's how we came by drinking chais through our Dadima. So we will be drinking that chai tomorrow, which Dimitri is amped about. I was like, it's a jolt of caffeine. It's gonna
I love it. It's gonna be like 3 hours of talking in 40 minutes. It's gonna
So it's gonna be on. Anyway, thank you for giving us time, Dana. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you guys, and always with much gratitude. We're here for you, and thank you for having me again.
Love you.
Of course. Looking forward to the next time. Thank you, everybody. Have a great one. Talk to you soon. See you soon, curbside.